My name is Cynthia Wakeo, and today I'm joined by Paminas, who is going to be telling us how his mentor has helped him grow his HR career. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Cynthia.
So, at what point in your career did you feel you needed a mentor?
Thank you, Cynthia, for this timely topic. It's a topic that I'm very passionate about. Reason because I believe whatever you are facing in your career, there's someone who's faced a similar situation before, and they can be able to help you. So in my case, if you've been a regular visitor to this channel, you know I didn't start my career in HR. I started in finance. So I worked in finance for close to 6 years, and then I transitioned to HR. And so at the start of my HR career, it wasn't very easy. Why? Because I did have the qualifications. Because I went back to school, I became certified as a HR practitioner. But then I was lacking in terms of the practical skills. And that's where my HR mentor came in to be. Because this is an individual who had been in the HR field for over 15 years. They had worked as a HR manager for those years. And then beyond that, they also had 10 years in consultancy. So when I now became a HR practitioner, and not just a HR practitioner, but now a HR consultant, this is the individual who offered me, who acted as a guide to help me understand the HR profession in much depth, and also in a way to introduce me to the HR consultancy world. Yeah, so from where I sit, I would say a mentor is someone who's able to support you, they're able to advise you, and even guide you. Yeah, so my mentor played a key role in terms of me really getting established in the HR profession, and they were able to offer a lot of support at that stage. And there's also a question you asked me. Now, at where I am now, do I have a mentor? Even now I do have. There are people I consult in terms of business. There are people I consult in terms of even other areas in life, including finance, investment. For the reason that I gave you, if right now you are struggling with an issue seen there, trust me, there's someone who has faced that issue before, and there's a way they dealt with. So why would you go reinventing? Talk to them, they'll tell you how they went about it, and you can see this is something you can be able to tap into. Is there something they did that you can be able to replicate? Yeah.
And when you're now looking at how they helped you grow, let's look at the specifics on how they have helped your HR career.
Yeah. So for me, I would say what first stood out is being able to acquire the practical skills in HR. Remember, like I said, I had done close to 6 years in finance. Then here you're in HR. Those are two different fields. So whenever I had an issue, a technical issue on HR, I'll be able to go to this person and they'll be able to tell me, this is how you go about it. I remember there's an assignment we got, and we were helping this client establish HR structures for his organization. And one of the tasks was to come up with job description. And the only part I knew about job description was there's something called job analysis. I know this may sound Greek to you, but anyone in HR watching this understands. So I knew the theory behind job analysis, but I hadn't done it practical. So my mentor came, they gave me a form, they told me this is how to go about it. And I can tell you, even up to now, the job analysis form that I use, I got it from my mentor. So number one was acquiring the practical skills. Number two was they were able also to give me feedback. Why? Because we remained in touch. I remember the relationship at the beginning, it was quite intense for the first 2 years. And so they would give me feedback. I'll tell them, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm offering my client. This is the response I'm getting. These are the struggles I'm facing with the clients. And they'll give me feedback. They'll tell me, Paminas, this is what you're doing well. And this is where you need also to improve. So feedback also was crucial. Yeah. The other thing was I was able to learn from their success and also from their mistakes. Like I said before, if you look around, wherever you want to go, there are people who've taken that journey. And so if it's for you sitting there in communication, if you have someone, a mentor in communication, let's say they're a communication manager, they're working for an NGO, they're able to tell you, Cynthia, these are the steps I took. These are the struggles, and this is how I overcame them. So it was the same case with me. So I shared with them the journey. I shared with them the target, the goal, what I had in mind, and they were able to share with me how they went about it themselves. And so that helped in terms of, making me understand the journey ahead. Yeah. And lastly, I would say they also kept me accountable. Why? A lot of times we don't succeed in life, not because we don't dream big, not because we don't know what we want, but the gap is in terms of execution. And where does execution come in? Let's say, Cynthia, the next 2 years, you want to earn 300,000 shillings, for example. Now, you won't just wake up one day and earn that much. There are things that you need to do. Maybe you need to go back to school, earn a master's degree. Maybe you need to expose yourself to, and get to learn a new skill. So having a mentor will tell you, oh, the last 3 months we talked that you're going back to school. What's happening? How come you've not done this? Yeah. So you remember the way when you are young, you'd have a parent waking you up. In primary school, you knew if you didn't make it to time, you'd be punished. So as adults, we miss that. And that's why if we don't have someone keeping us accountable, you may find we may miss on some of the important goals and milestones we've set for ourselves. So a mentor can keep you accountable. Yeah. And they'll give you that push, that extra push. And also make sure that you don't forget on the promises and the goals that you've set for yourself. Yeah.
And for any HR professional looking to get a mentor, what advice would you give them?
The starting point is trust, because this is a relationship where you'll be sharing a lot and you've got to be honest. You yourself, you've got to be honest in terms of what are you experiencing. And also this other person, they've got also to be honest. Because the reality is, someone watching me on this video, they'll say, okay, it's a good channel, but they don't know, they may not understand where it started. So if they came and told me, Paminas, I want to start a YouTube channel, I can be able to tell them, oh, this is the steps you need to take. And that way, me being honest, I'll be able to give them solid information. And for me to be able to help them, they should also be in a position to share what is on their mind. What is the expectation? So honesty and openness is very important. And that comes from trust, both parties really trusting each other. The other bit, which is very important, is commitment. And here, commitment for both parties, it's basically boils down to time. Because, mentorship, for example, you may not be paying me to mentor you. So the question is, do I have that 1 hour, let's say in a week, to be able to meet you and get to hear what you're going through? Yeah. If I call you, will you be able to pick my call, or will I be a bother? So there are people who we may be looking up to, and we may want them to mentor us, but they don't have time. And so that may mean that that relationship may not work. And the third thing that you need to consider, and this is very important, is your mentor should be someone who you admire, someone you aspire. Yeah. And most importantly, also someone who's taken that journey that you want to take. And that is why a lot of times when you talk to people, when they think about a mentor, they think of someone that must be a CEO. No. Or someone must be working for this very big organization. So if you're starting, for example, your HR career, your mentor can be someone who just has 3-4 years in the HR field. Ask them, how did you get your first job? If you're an intern and you're asking this person, how did you get your first job? How come you're working in this organization? What did they take? So that with each step. So when you get now to the 3-4 years of experience, your mentor can be someone with 10 years of experience. When you have now the 10 years of experience and you're looking maybe to read a very big organization, an NGO, you can also look at someone who's at that level. So gradual. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're an intern and you want a CEO to mentor you, that gap it's too big. Yeah, you may not be able to be speaking the same language. But someone whose the experience is closer to what you're looking for, they may be the most relevant. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for sharing your journey and your opinion with us.
Thank you, Cynthia. Right. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. For more advice on HR and how you can grow your career, please subscribe to this channel. See you next time.